sometimes it's just unattainable, right? It's too expensive to do as we celebrate our home and garden event. It's lighting, right? Especially outdoor lighting. Typically, you gotta hire somebody. You gotta do the wiring, especially if you want these big floodlights, right? So that for safety purposes and reasons, they could be quite expensive. Well, of course, we've got the wonderful Bell and Howell here at HSN, and what you're getting today is this awesome solar bionic floodlight. This is the deluxe model, and it does come with a remote control. So if you wanna do a little do-it-yourself lighting, these are motion activated, okay? They are solar powered, so you know, you're going to get powerful light, and look at the size of that solar panel, by the way. You can stake them in the ground, or you can mount them. We're sending you both the ground stake and the mounting hardware. And what's nice is that you can go ahead and adjust these. Sorry, I don't have my big girl shoes on, so I'm hiding behind this table. But you can go ahead and adjust these, have these point to wherever you want them to point. It's not like a soft little baby light. This thing is powerful, so they're customizable, they're solar powered, you don't have to worry about changing batteries or worry about electricity and wiring. And they've got safety lighting included in the technology, so you could even set them to strobe. You know, if anybody's in your guard, anybody's, you know, prowling around, with that remote control, you can even have them, you know, go off and strobe and really scare the bad guys away. So it's just a wonderful solution item that we wanted to put into our home and garden event, and to tell us all about it, he's back, Lou Caputo. These are the deluxe. These are powered by the sun. They are powerful. They're not wimpy little LED lights, because sometimes solar powered lights have let us down. Not these. I'd expect nothing less from Bell and Howell.
No, you know, and it's interesting because remember last year we had the Bionic Spotlight and it was a huge hit. So this year they thought, what can we do to improve on that even? So they came up with this floodlight, and it's what you call an area light. It's going to light up a huge area. I love what you were showing there, how you can adjust the solar panel, you can adjust each one of the light panels. Here's what's interesting. These yellow strips you see in these, those are the actual lighting elements. They're what we call cob LEDs, chips on board LEDs. There are 9 of them total on here. Okay, 3, 3, and 3, but then each one of those has 12 separate individual lighting elements built into it. So there's actually 108 different lighting elements. Now, there's an on-off switch on the back of this. I'm going to turn it on one time. After that, it self-regulates. There's a photo cell right here that senses the light, and there's a motion sensor built into it as well. If I turn this on, you're going to see right away how bright that is. I mean, look at the light that's coming off. It's like a headlight. It looks like an airplane landing lights. It's absolutely amazing. You're going to receive mounting hardware, so you can mount it on a wall, as I have here, on a fence post. You're also going to be able to get you're going to use a spike with it, a stake, so you can mount it in the ground or in a planter, as I have here. And Leslie, first time I've ever seen this with a solar light like this, you're getting a remote control. And what's interesting about this remote control is it will control the motion sensor, because sometimes you don't want the motion sensor on if you're sitting outdoors in your backyard at night and walking around. Maybe you've got a candle going or something. You're like, you know what? I don't want the floodlights to come on. That's fine. You can control that from the remote. You can also control that flashing function, the strobe function that you saw with this as well, to scare away intruders. But one more thing, and this to me is the biggest bonus. Remember before with a lot of your motion lights, they just came on when there was motion and then went off when it disappeared? This one has a button that says 75% on it. You press that button, this light will stay on as long as you want until you press the off button at 75% to full power, Leslie. Yeah, so now you've got a solar-powered area lights. Look at this. You could play basketball with this. You could take this camping with you. You could take it to the beach, use it with your RV, use it as a work light when you're working on the car. Versatility. It is here now with this.
And easy, right? Lighting can be such a, you know, a thing, right? It's so complicated. It's so expensive. It's not going to happen. Take a look. I've got my remote control, as Lou said, if I want to put them at 75. They're at 75 capacity there, right? So they won't, you know, they'll sip minimal amount of power. If I want to have them strobe, if I see somebody lurking around, I mean, that's going to scare the bejesus out of anybody. So Lou, what a wonderful opportunity. Easy do-it-yourself lighting. that at the end of the day, you're gonna do it yourself. You don't have to hire an electrician. You don't have to hire, you know, an expert. You do this all by yourself, and it doesn't get easier. We send you the mounts if you wanna go ahead and permanently install it. We send you the garden stakes as well, so the 2-piece stake system. Solar powered light could be really weak and wimpy. I was amazed by the level of brightness that we're getting here. And you know, Bell & Howell, the lights that we typically do from Bell & Howell, they pretty much go on to becoming customer picks, Lou. So shop with confidence. Get a couple of these home today. 4 FlexPay means you get it home for less than $8. Just place your order. 740457 is your item number today. And Lou, I mean, lighting can be complicated. It's not gonna be complicated now.
No, I like to say that with these lights, there's no hiring and there's no wiring. You don't have to wire anything and you don't have to hire an electrician. So it's easy. But I'm gonna show you a really cool demonstration now. I'm gonna bring my lights down in the house here, and I want you to watch how these work with the motion sensors, okay? And see how crazy bright they are when it really is dark, okay? So first thing that's gonna happen is my lights will go off and you're gonna see the red flash of the motion sensor on these, okay? So notice all those red flashes going on. Now watch this. See how all these came on now? And I've got this one that's just aimed right on me. Leslie, I can aim these anywhere I want to, and even opposite directions. Like if I wanted to aim 2 of these, you know, in completely opposite directions, or have this one go straight down. Maybe I'm mounting it above my trash cans to scare away raccoons and that sort of thing. I can actually aim the light down. I can aim it over here. I mean, these are incredibly versatile. If I want to put them in the 75% mode, I just hit that button like that, and you see how they just go down to that 75% brightness. They'll stay on now as long as I want. Now, if I leave them in the regular motion sensor mode, they're going to stay on for about 30 seconds and then shut themselves off unless the motion continues. But this way now, I have a essentially free light in the sense that I'm not paying for the power of it for my backyard or for the side of my house or for my camper or wherever I want. Now, when I turn my lights back on, watch this. They're all gonna go off as soon as they sense that light come on. So that's how they work. At dusk they come on, and then in the morning at sunrise, they go off again.
Yeah, over 1,000 gone now, as you can see, because it doesn't get any easier. And you know, light gives us comfort. Light makes us feel safer. Light lights up the walkway. Maybe you've tripped a couple of times on that front doorstep, or you come home late at night or early in the morning, the way I do here when we launch today's specials. Now you've got that comforting light. You know, for this price, Lou, it's pretty amazing, all the features you get, because you can even customize these. I can point these in whatever direction I want. So it's as if I got more than one light, because I can point those panels in any direction I want. So you're paying one price, but it's like you're getting 3 lights.
Yeah, actually, that's a really great point, that you do have a much wider spread. Well, think about this. Like on the side of my house, I've got one light, and I have to decide where I want to aim it. Trash can's right below it. I've got a front gate and a back gate. With this, I can put it right there in the middle, aim one light down, one light that way, one light that way. I've got the whole area covered. Now, I know what you're thinking. People at home are sitting right now going like, well, wait a minute. I could go out and I could go get myself a light that I could install myself, all right? Well, if you want to try that, here's a motion sensor light that you could do, but notice this little thing right here, this little cord right here. You better have power, and if you don't, if you can, want to mount it to a tree or your shed or someplace else where you don't have power, you're going to hire an electrician, okay? Because you shouldn't mess around with electricity if you don't understand it. So you're going to spend money on that. Or we've got lights like these, which work wonderfully well. Here's the problem I have with them. They run on batteries, okay? I can hardly remember sometimes whether I've made coffee in the morning, okay?
Agreed.
I'm not going to remember. You know what I mean?
And what a pain in the butt, right?
They really are.
Yeah.
I never have to worry about these.
Yeah.
They self-regulate. They turn themselves on and off. They don't care if it's daylight savings time. I never have to replace batteries in these. They're IP44 rated, so they can stay out there in the rain and everything. You know what? You can even mount these, and we were just talking about this earlier. You can even mount these upside down if you needed to, from like the eaves on your house. Just get that solar panel out there so it sees the sun. You're good to go. So the versatility on these is unmatched.
Especially for this price, right? To get all of the versatility. all of the features, the remote control, the strobe, right? That I could, if I hear something funny outside, I set that strobe off, believe me, people are gonna hightail it out, you know, out of my yard or out of those dark areas. And, you know, unlike other solar powered light, you know, where sometimes they're just a little weak or a little bit, I mean, these are bright, these are no joke, Lou. For $31.50, you are getting easy lighting, do-it-yourself lighting, affordable lighting, customizable lighting, and a get a darn remote control. So $7.88 will get it home. If you can, you buy a couple of these, especially if you know exactly where they're gonna go, Lou. Maybe you wanna light up a walkway, or maybe the back, you know, the back of the home leading up to the shed, or, you know, where you've got the garbage cans, wherever you feel unsafe, or wherever you've stumbled on those darn stairs at night, get a couple of these home. You're gonna be so happy you did that for yourself.
No, you are. And I want to show you one more time how they work, because I think that that's maybe the most impressive thing about these is the way that this motion sensor works. Now, this will work up to about 20, 25 feet away from you, and it throws the light even, I mean, well farther than that. Okay, so I'm going to turn my lights down again in my room here, and wow, they came on like almost instantly as soon as they saw me move right over here. But look at how much light these put out there. And remember, I have all the control in the world right here. I can turn them on and off. I can tell them, don't come on, because we're going to be sitting in the backyard with our tiki torches on, and we don't want the floodlights to come on. That's fine. And the other thing, Leslie, is this: because you get that stake with these, you can mount them in the bushes. You know, you can mount them in a potted plant around the pool if you wanted to. Take them camping with you. You know, take them in the RV, anywhere you want. And then when the lights come on, they go off.
That's it. It couldn't be any easier. It couldn't be any more affordable. And you don't want to get the no-name brands. You want to get a brand that's been around for 100 years plus. It's Bell & Howell.
110.
These are awesome, and we are very busy. We are going to take a little break, try to process all these. Fastest way to get yours, hsn.com, or by downloading our free app. But Lou, thank you very much. I appreciate you stopping by tonight.
You're welcome, Leslie. Have a great rest of the evening, everyone.
Thank you. By the way, that 4 FlexPay goes away at midnight.